combined with my first survival kit and my second one, and one I saw on another YouTube channel. So let's get started. First of all, I have this little bag on the top, which is kind of hard to get off so it doesn't fall off and if you're just holding it. Inside of here, there is, well, I made this little flap and then I put a piece of tape there to keep it closed. And then inside here is a lighter, a candle, two Tinder Quicks, and these I usually smash down, like you'll see in my actual altoids tin, but you'll see later. These are just matches that are wrapped in tape, but if you take a candle and you melt it a little bit, and then you put the tips in the wax that's melted, then you can make them waterproof. So these are waterproof matches. And then I got the striker for the matches. Oh, and another candle. Just a smaller one that you can use if you don't want to use that one right away. Okay, that's it for the bag, I think. Okay, now let's go to the actual tin. First of all, there's these rubber bands, which I'll take off. There's 3 of them. I'll put those back there. And then in the actual tin, here's just a bag. It's a sandwich bag folded up. This is a wire saw, which you can use if you, this is a wire saw, which you can use if you wanted to cut logs that you can't break. It's always best to break them if you can, but if you needed to, you can use a saw. And then there's another rubber band that you can use. Oh, and there's 2 of these. Here's one of them. These go on the end, so it's easier to pull, or there's more of a holding ring. And then right here is some fishing line wrapped around a piece of cardboard. This is from my last kit. Oh, and this is from my last kit, too. All these Q-tips. Oh, these are Q-tips cut in half so that you can, sometimes I use them for starting fires, which they're really easy. It's really easy to start fires with them. You can just do that with your striker, which is right here. And I wrap some thread around it. But if you just light that like that, and then if you do it like that, it makes a spark. See? And then you can light that right there, and this will burn, and it can light a Tinder Quick or something like that you might have. Right here's a needle and some more thread. You can use it for sewing up clothing or something like that, or stitching. It's many uses. Here are the Tinder Clicks. These are the ones that I've smashed down. If you can see the difference between the ones right here and the ones right here, they're a lot thinner. See, right there, see they're a lot thinner, so they fit in the kit a lot better. That's awesome. That's the Tinder Quicks, which you can use for starting a fire. This is just some string. It's really strong. It's like a I think I lifted 50 pounds with it before. And so you can use it for a lot of things. Making shelter or something like that. In up front here, there are 2 candles. See? And they can be used for the same uses as this one. I just put them in there because it's so much easier just to strike this right here, this end, like the wick, then having to light one of these and then light a candle, which I used to do with these ones. I used to have about 5 or 6 of these, but these are the real cheap ones that have like the waxes on the end, so you had to use almost a lighter or something to do it. So now you can just strike this. Here is some wire, which it's really strong, so you can use it for a snare or something like that. This is a knife. I got it at Harbor Freight. If you know where that is, if you have one near you. It's a real cheap knife, but it's a nice one to keep in here. It has a little knife on the end, and it's not the strongest thing, but I couldn't find a knife that would fit in the bottom easily. And it's shaped like a key, which is kind of weird, but it's a knife. It can be used. Here is just some duct tape. It's shiny too, that you can use it for like making a trail or something that the people that are trying to find you can follow. This is some hot glue. These are 2 little pieces of hot glue that I cut and I smashed them. So this is one piece of hot glue. This used to be together. I smashed them now to make them a little bit longer and skinnier. So you can just use, you can use a lighter right there, or if you light the candle with the flint and steel, you can melt it onto something. Here is the other ring for the wire saw. This is a little mini flashlight. It's really cool because it has a button that you can push down, and it also has a switch. It's really cheap. It was like 99 cents off Amazon. Almost everything here that if I didn't have it at my house, I bought off of Amazon. They have really cheap prices for most things. Oh, and then here's the ring that goes on it. It just goes right on that, like that. But I don't want to put it on right now because it's kind of hard to get on and off. Here's a little nail. Here's a finishing nail. They're really small and you can use them for a lot of things. And there's also, when I was looking, I was kind of looking at it to find if I was missing anything earlier, and I must have took out the other one because there used to be 2 in there. This is a straw that I melted both ends together, but inside here is neosporin, which you can use for cuts and stuff, if you know what that is. And then here's hooks and sinkers that you can use in it. And I would suggest putting a little bit bigger, but not too big, hooks, because if you put too big, then smaller fish can't eat them or get their mouths over them. And big fish, if you have big fish around you, they can fit their mouth over smaller ones. These are really small. That it'd be good for creeks and stuff. Pretty good. And then this is just a piece of hacksaw blade. This was used for a striker thing that I had, a flint and steel striker, but I took that out. But I figured I'd just keep this in because it can be used for a saw or something. You could use it if you had to amputate stuff. Now at the bottom here, there's 2 pieces of paper that are cut to be the right size. Here's 2 Band-Aids. They're pretty big. It'd be good for, And they'd be also good for taping something if you run out of duct tape. I mean, the duct tape could also be used for wounds. And I think I'll probably put like a cotton circle thing, just like a little, it's almost about the size of this paper, but it's cotton, and you can use it for wounds and stuff. I'll probably put one with the duct tape, so you can duct tape it around a big wound. This is, I don't know what size it is, because I cut this out like a year ago. I just keep switching it around in my kits because a lot of them, I just take stuff out of them and put them back in other kits because it's not as wasteful. And then, right here's that other nail that I was talking about. At the top here, there's a little striker, and then there's 4 razor blades. There's 2 right here and 2 right here, if you can see them, see the outline. And I think that's about it. So I hope you liked it. Please leave a like or subscribe. Thank you.